When it comes to the gaming phones, we only see a few devices, and mainly the ROG branded devices seen each year from ASUS. Now, the company's 2021 entry is finally official, the ASUS ROG Phone 5. If you're not aware about the ASUS ROG Phone 5, it is simply a phone that is used primarily for gaming. But should you buy this phone for an ordinary use? Well then, today's video will answer that. Today, we're going to tell you everything you could ever want to know about this new series of smartphones. Do keep in mind that just because ASUS pushes the phones towards the gamer community, it is actually something non-gaming power users should also check out. So without further ado, let's dive in. ASUS launched the ROG Phone 5 series on March 10, 2021. That's a much earlier launch date than last year, which saw the latest ROG Phone land in July. The ROG Phone 5 is the direct follow-up to 2020's ROG Phone 3. Yes, you heard that right, the ROG Phone 3. ASUS skipped over the number 4 with this series. We've seen other Chinese manufacturers do this, such as OnePlus. So what is the reason behind this omission? Basically, the reason is that the word 4 in Chinese sounds a lot like the Chinese word for death. This has created a prevalent superstition in East Asian cultures that the number 4 is unlucky. Regardless, the ROG Phone 5 series features the 2021 upgrades one would expect. It includes the latest and greatest Qualcomm Snapdragon AAA processor. It has a higher RAM limit than last year Android 11 out of the box and faster wired charging. It also brings back the headphone jack, which was missing from the ROG Phone 3. Of course, this is a gaming phone, so it also features both hardware and software tricks specifically tailored towards gamers. That includes shoulder triggers, the ASUS Armoury Crate app for gaming optimization, and an overall design aesthetic that matches the other ASUS Republic of gamers products. Additionally, there are 3 versions of the phone this year. The ASUS ROG Phone 5 is the basic model, while the ROG Phone 5 Pro, the ROG Phone 5 Ultimate, represents the peak of series. The phones start at $948, $1,422, and $1,540 respectively. So there it is, a quick overview of the phone, which I thought would be really important as the ROG phones aren't as popular as Samsung and Apple phones. So finally, let's have an in-depth look at this phone. For this segment of the video, we will strictly talk about the specifications, and we're going to divide these sections for ease of understanding. We will start by talking with the design, then followed by the storage, camera, battery, and finally answers to some frequent questions. So without wasting any more of your time, let's begin. When it comes to the design of the ROG Phone 3 and the ROG Phone 5 is broadly similar. The measurements of the ROG Phone 5 is 173 by 77 by 9.9 millimeters and weighs about 239 grams, while the measurements of the ROG Phone 3 is 171 by 78 by 9.9 millimeters and weighs about 240 grams. The shape and positioning of the camera is similar, although the ROG Phone 5 is slightly more angular, while there is an interesting change on the rear of the phone. The ROG Phone 3 offered an RGB logo on the rear. There is similar RGB logo on the rear of the ROG Phone 5, but it's now a dot display to give it a retro charm, while also having 2 RGB zones for the color combinations, so it's more dynamic. The ROG Phone 5 goes further with the Pro and Ultimate versions, offering the ROG Vision display on the rear, which can display animations and custom graphics, so it has a lot more to offer in terms of customization. While the standard ROG Phone 5 comes in black, like the ROG Phone 3, the Ultimate Edition also comes in white. All these phones have air triggers on the top, but the ROG Phone 5 Pro and the Ultimate offers 2 more touch zones on the rear, which you can customize as game controls. The ROG Phone 5 also supports programmable gestures to further aid your gaming, as well as packing in a 3.5mm headphone socket. Overall, while looking similar, the ROG Phone 5 has a lot more to offer on the design alone, but its refinement you can still see that these phones are related. When it comes to the battery life on the ASUS ROG Phone 5, it is incredible. It has a 6000 mAh capacity and is made up of 2 3000 mAh batteries. This design means you can fast charge it with a 65-watt charger. After a day of normal use, it usually has 40% left. The battery test on the ROG Phone 5 for a continuous video playback on airplane mode clocked an average of 20 hours 15 minutes, and that was with the screen locked in at 120Hz. With the screen refresh rate set to auto, it averaged to a time of 28 hours and 4 minutes, the longest time for any phone we've tested this year, and the second longest time for any phone in the past few years. The ROG Phone 5 brilliantly lets you control the battery in a handful of different ways. You can set limits for how much the battery charges, choose slow charging speeds, and even schedule when it charges. One of the cooler features is something we've seen in the Sony Xperia 5 too. If you're gaming and plugged into power, the ROG Phone 5 will run on power from a cable instead of decharging the battery. This prevents the phone from getting warmer, which can affect gaming performance. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends if you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one.